Hello, dear students. In the previous lecture of the periodic classification, our third chapter, periodic table on basis, we have studied the first one, Dauvergne classification. Then we studied the Newlands. Today we are going to discuss the third one, which is the quite importance, is Mendeleev. This is Dmitry Mendeleev, gives a Russian chemist particularly. His classification become quite more important. Okay, Mendeleev classification, or you can call Mendeleev periodic table. Okay. So how did Mendeleev did everything about the classification of these elements? So first thing you must know, his classification came into publishing first time in 1869, and when he published 63 elements known to exist in the nature at that time. In the Newlands, I am repeating again, 56, and the Dauvergne 31. So at the time of Mendeleev, 63 elements were in his periodic table when he published particularly his classification. How he find out that classification? First thing he did, that on Mendeleev started the studying oxides and hydrides. Mean to say what kind? Look, if R is the element, any element in the periodic table. So what kind of oxides it is formed? Either it's from RO, R2O, RO2. Like you know that a second group element, magnesium, calcium, form this kind of hydrogen. First group elements form such kind of oxides. Okay, if you go for the 14, they are forming such kind of oxides. So what kind of oxides different elements are forming, and what kind of their hydrides? Like hydride, if I go for these one, these are the hydrides particularly they are forming. Okay. So about every element, he studied what kind of oxides and what kind of hydrides they are forming, and according to them, he put them into column and rows. These are known as rows particularly. 7 rows are in its periodic table. These are the columns downward now. These are okay. So columns are 9 columns as total. When he did the classification at that time, 8 columns are there. One more column, that is of noble gases, get attached to it after easily. Okay. So 9 columns, however you will tell. So this all thing you will explain in the Mendeleev introduction. That he started, when he started the classification, 63 elements were known. He studied the oxides and hydrides of different elements, that what kind of hydrides and oxides are they are forming, and he put them in rows and columns. Then what he find? He finds that they automatically get repeating after some time. So that's why he form a periodic law. This is known as periodic law. He formed the periodic law after the studying the properties, after arranging or after doing the classification. And what periodic law states? Periodic law states that physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of atomic masses. Mean to say, when he arranged according to hydrides and oxides, he put some elements. Mean to say, which are forming same kind of oxide hydrides, he put in the same column. So he find out that they automatically get arranged in the according to increasing atomic mass. So that's why he find out that periodic, mean to say, elements are repeating its property, but that is on basis of its atomic mass. So physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of atomic mass. That he gives the law on the basis of his study. So this all things 63 elements known. He studied oxide hydrides. He formed them in the polymers, and on that basis he forms the periodic law. This all you have to explain in the Mendeleev introduction part. Now let's come to results. You know that results, achievements, merits, anything could be word here. So they all, first one, achievement. First, always the same, that he successfully classified almost element according to similar physical and chemical properties. This achievements you can write down in every classification. Second, which is considerable. He started the classification, he did the classification when noble group is not known. So, when noble group came to existence, noble group mean to say 18th group Beer, which is helium neon. When noble group came to existence, it easily absorbed in existing classification without disturbing it. That is one of the advantage. Okay, that is one of the advantage. Third achievements. He left slots, dear. He left slots in his periodic classification, periodic table, you can say, in his periodic table, or you can say in his classification. He left slots in his periodic table, considering there will be more elements known in the future. Mean to say, he is the first chemist who consider that yes, there will be more elements known. Like he left some slots, like in the 14th group below silicon, he left a slot, and in the 13th group also below aluminium he left slots. At that time these elements were not known, so he left these slots empty, and he named them. This element is named as Eka silicon. And you know that this element found to be what? Germanium. Further, in future, this element he named Eka aluminium, and in the later he find out that it is true for the gallium. So he is the first scientist who consider that there will be more, and that's why he left slots particularly. Noble gas easily get absorbed, almost elements get classified according to similar physical chemical property. So these are the some advantages particularly regarding Mendeleev classification. Now what's the limitation remaining? Limitation you can call, demerits you can call. So what are that remaining that call lead to the next classification, that is modern periodic table? So the first of the limitation. He know that there is periodicity in property, but cause of the periodicity is not known, or you can say not explained. He clearly said that yes, properties are repeating periodically, but why? Why they are repeating properties? So cause of periodicity is not explained in his classification. Second limitation, that position of isotope is not justified. You know that isotope is the elements of the same atom. But which one should, if his classification is according to mass, they both should have different slots or places. But that is not true in the case of the classification he did. So that's why position of isotope is not justified over there. Okay, third one, that he put some elements according to similar property, or you can say where their property is matching, similar properties, but according to mass, they should be in other slots. Okay, like he put the nickel particularly before the cobalt. However, nickel mass is greater than the cobalt. So that is his own law is violated by his own classification. So these are the about the Mendeleev classification, dear. So today first what you will do, you will read the topic we did. Second what you will do, sort out 5 short type use and answer in rough notebook. Third thing you will do is you are going to make your notes in fair notebook, dear. Okay, thank you.